Daniel 3:20, part 2. I've already recited this text, and we got to the point of this second Zakev Katon. And to the men of might who are in his army, he said to bind. And then here we have a lamed preposition that is acting as a direct object marker. Bind whom? It's going to be Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. That leads up to the Atnach. Now the third line is kind of the reason why I wanted to maintain what we had in the first video on the screen so we could see it. Here we have a lamed prefix, and what else? It looks like a mem prefix with resh mem aleph as a verbal root. We find out that this is a pa'al infinitive. Now this just gives us a good opportunity to compare some forms. So we remember before we had seen this infinitive, the kaf pe tav. It's a pa'el. Now we remember that infinitives in biblical Aramaic, just like biblical Hebrew, often have a lamed prefix. But then we look at the infinitive form itself. For pa'el, we have the doubled middle radical and the kametz he suffix. That kametz he suffix appears on the infinitives other than G, other than pa'al. So we see that in line 3 with this form. There is no kametz he suffix, but there is the mem prefix, which the other infinitive forms, in other words, the other stems, don't have in their infinitive forms. So two infinitives, obviously different verbal roots, but in different stems in the same verse, allow us to really review the forms of infinitives. And of course, I'd refer you to Biblical Aramaic for Biblical Interpreters in the Infinitives chapter to see a table with all of these different stems laid out in front of us. So we continue our reading now to throw, that's resh mem aleph. And then here we have the lamed preposition. And we've seen this expression before. To the furnace of the fire burning. So all together in this verse, Daniel 3:20, we have, and to the men of might who are in his army, he commanded to bind Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, to throw, and then we supply the them idea, to throw them into the furnace of burning fire.